As promised before, I'll be showing you how to accomplish the fat cat. And what I intend to do is post these videos instead of on Facebook. I'll be posting them to YouTube and linking them to the Facebook group so you still have easy access to them. And hopefully this name isn't taken on Facebook. I'd be very disappointed. Super Mario DC. For my own privacy, I'll be going by that name. So let's start. And right here I have the Word document open. Oh, and I forgot to mention, for anyone else that is not in the animation class with me, really the reason why I'm doing this is for the benefit of the whole class and myself. A lot of persons are not familiar with the program, and even I have in the past experimented with the Adobe suite, and I found it very difficult to accomplish or to do the assignment. So to accomplish the assignment, to make it a bit easier for everyone else, I'm going to go through the process. So let's begin. And right here I have the instructions. Honestly, if you don't know the program already, these instructions probably won't help you very much, and I found them confusing. So you can just watch the video and do exactly as I do, and then you'll have the fat cat done in no time. So let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do, the instruction says that you should copy this. Come on. Alright, so you should copy this sketch, and that's all good and dandy. But if you notice, this sketch is vastly different from the end results. So my suggestion is, if you want to get it good, you want to get it done fast, you'd simply copy the end result and paste it into Adobe Illustrator. Edit, paste. Alright, goodie. That's alright, so let me just resize this. To resize it exactly, what you can do is hold down Shift and drag any corner, and just position it with your arrow keys and press enter. No, just click outside of the selection. Alright, so we have it here, and it doesn't matter if the fat cat doesn't fit exactly into your panel, as long as there's space to work with and you don't have to shrink it. As I said, it's better to have the panel larger than the copied document. That way you preserve some of the quality. And this is a vector illustration, so that doesn't really matter. So let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to use the pen tool. But before you use the pen tool, you're going to want to click on the layer, make a new layer. There's layer 2 right here, and then click on the previous layer and edit the opacity. You can carry that to around 40%. Okay, it didn't work. Click on the image first and then carry down the opacity to 40%. Nope, still won't work because that's the pen tool. Alright, click on select the image, opacity, using the black arrow, carry down to 33, about 50 is alright, 51. Perfect. Now lock this layer so you won't further edit it by mistake. So you can turn it off, turn it on, but nothing changes in the layer, so you won't be using your tools and then messes up your reference photo. Alright, so now we can use the pen tool So the pen tool. And for let me just give you a tip for the panels and the tools that you're not seeing. I have up right here, but you might not be able to see. Just go to window. Any tool that you're looking for, you can't find it here, just go to window and select it from here. If you're looking for layers panel, if you're looking for the navigator color panel, you can all select it here. But for this setup especially, what I did was to go into, let me see, Windows Workspace, and then click like Photoshop. So if you're more used to working with Photoshop, then this will be a benefit for you. It sets up neatly most of the things that are available to you in Photoshop, and it sets up in a similar way, so it's more available to you, familiar to you, sorry. Alright, so let's start working with the pen tool. You have the pen tool selected. Right now it's on a white fill. What you want is a white border or a white stroke. So stroke, fill. You don't want it to be fill, you want it to be stroked. That means that it will color, make a color along the path and not within it. So good, you have a white fill now. Select it. Change something that you can identify easily. I would say go with black. Alright, now we can go back. Now let's just get to a comfortable place. Let's zoom this up, and view actual window, zoom this up. Alright, so the pen tool. Now I would suggest making first an outline of the body of the cat. So let's just minimize this with the arrows, move it over to here, center the cat, and let's start. Place your first anchor point there. You can curve it like this. Good. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to get a good explanation, formulate a good explanation for how the pen tool works. Alright, so you have these anchor points, and on each anchor point you have two levers. They both work in the same way, so it doesn't matter which one you pull. What it would do, it would drag the bend of the line outward and inward. And to get the smoothest possible results, it's better to have less anchor points than more. So you kind of want to give them enough space, and then turn, kind of adjust it. You can drag it out to make it a smoother line, drag it in, and just contour it to fit the borders of the cat. And don't worry if you get, don't try to get it too perfect. Don't worry. Can hardly tell the difference when the image is all done and dandy. Alright, this is something that you should take note of. When you're going to take a sharp corner, you will have to make the anchor points nearer to each other, closer to each other. So we got weird results right there. That's because the levers for the anchor point is kind of pulling the curve of the line outward. So for example, if you were to put your next anchor point right here, it would kind of, as you can see, it pulls the line outward before returning to the next anchor point. But if you were to put it right here, then it's not a problem, because it's already pointing in that general direction of the next anchor point. So that's something you have to keep in mind. If you still have questions on it, I'll be happy to answer them. Alright, so I'll just connect both of them right here. Ah boy, I got some funky results. One moment. Alright. And then that's good. So let's just click the black arrow on. Yeah, so we have a pretty good outline of the cat. Shall I fix this? No, I will not. I will resist the urge to be a perfectionist. Alright, just this one time. just for your benefit, when you want to fix the line, say that you haven't created it as neatly as I have, you can always use the white arrow, which allows you to edit the anchor points or the nodes. So you can select the node, select the levers, and just edit the curve of it. And this is a neat little function. You can select the anchor points and use the arrow keys to move them. Let's move this way. Alright, so I'm alright. I'm satisfied with that. Oh wait, let me just get out this 1 second. Trying to not make this too long. Might have to break it up. Alright, so we got the main body of the cat. Good. So what I'll do, let's go back to the layers panel and leave this on a layer by itself. That's what I did. Alright, so for the arms, the instruction was actually helpful in this regard because as what I saw notice many of you did was to try and use the pen tool and make the arms, and when that wasn't the easiest way to do it. In fact, if you had read the instructions, this is so. You're going to use the pen tool, and instead of trying to go around the arms, let's just lock this layer to be safe. Alright, select inside the body, and then what you're going to do is make a curve similar to the curve of the arm, but you're going to bring that curve down the center of the arm, and that looks a little bit awkward, doesn't look smooth. So you can always press Ctrl Z to go backward, and like I said before, the less anchor points you use, the smoother curve you get. So let's see how that looks. Could be better. Alright, last time. Trying not to be a perfectionist here, so let's go. And alright, so that's alright. Let's just edit this one instead of starting over again. Let's drag this out to make it smoother. Just curve it in. And bingo. So there we have it. Good. Now what you're going to do is to select this path tool, and you're going to increase the weight. So it's on 1 point now. You're going to increase it. Instead of the basic, you're going to select let me see, round. Let's see. No. Let me just go into brush options. Brushes. Strokes. There'll be more brushes. Okay, so double click. Don't need a brush. Aha. Style. Okay. Just give me a second. Rounded ends. Let's step backward and go to the basic, and then close this. I don't need a particular brush, you just need increase the size. Aha. Let's make it rounded ends. Perfect. So you get the idea. So we're going to have it, leave it on basic. We're going to increase the line width or the thickness of the line till it reaches nearly what the arm is like. And you see we had 70, let's see what 80. Alright, 80 is perfect. And let's just edit this node, bring it up, edit this. Alright, so you got this block, the shape of the arm. Now how are we going to change this into an outline? Alright, so let's see. Okay, seems like computer's freezing. Alright, we're working, we're okay. Let's select layers, select. Alright, so then we're going to go into object, path, outline stroke, and then we're going to switch this down here. You see, instead of a stroke, it now changes into a shape with the fill being black. So you can swap the fill with the stroke and then you get this. Voila, perfect. Not perfect, but pretty good, pretty close, right? We can just bring this down to match what we have here, and we can bring this down to make it just as round as like, haha. You see how easy that was, guys? Alright, so let me just show you another trick. Not trying to be the perfectionist again. Alright, so you want to move this entire arm up, and if we just move this one thingy, we'd have to go, it'll look awkward and we'll probably have to go and move everything else. So let me show you this trick. Alright, so what you can do, select, hold shift, select. It's kind of universal. Holding down shift while selecting multiple items will select them all at the same time. And you can move up most of the arm. Okay, seems that I missed one. Select. Okay. Aha. It looks kind of weird here, but I don't really care because that's not going to show anyways. Alright, so all we have to do is copy, edit, paste, and then we're going to transform, reflect. That's what you're looking for there. You're going to flip the image on a vertical axis 90. Yes, okay. I'm just going to position this over to the other arm. It's going to need to be rotated too. Alright, so already you notice that this doesn't quite match. I could edit all of these anchor points to fit it, but you know what, I'm just going to restart the whole process because I think that way is easier. So again, take the pen tool, make a contour line right down the center of your hand, and oh yeah, okay, less is more, remember that. Less is more. Less anchor points, smoother the line. So let's go again. Okay. Okay. Let me just add another one. And you can always continue a line by selecting the last point and just selecting your next point. Alright. Yes, it looks awkward. Let me just edit this quickly. Alright, good. I'm just going to go through the same process very quickly. First we're going to select. We're going to brushes, brush panel. Let's use this. Appearance. What panel do I use? So it's this one, stroke. Sorry, my correction. Only use the stroke panel. So this is what it looks like: dotted line, solid line, darker solid line. So again, we're going to edit it, rounded corners, and then we're going to bring that up to what we had it 80. Ha ha ha! Easy. So let's go very quickly. Object again. Object path, outline stroke, and then again turns from a stroke with this being highlighted to a shape having a fill. Now we're going to switch the fill with the stroke, and there we have it. Perfect arms. So let's hold shift, select this one, bring them both down, and you're good to go. Let's select this one. There we go. It's not quite smooth here. Why is it not? Let's move that out there. Alright, smooth. That's good enough for me. So let's move this. Alright, so we know we always go back to the stroke menu, although we might not need it right now. So we got the arms and the body. Yeah, wasn't that fun? Alright, great. So what do we do next? Alright, next I did the face, and let's put that on a separate layer. And we're going to have a lot of layers, so let's start naming them from now. So just double click on this, it brings up layer options. You just name hands or arms, body. Okay, so alright, so what I'm intending to do is put the face